Good morning, everybody, and welcome to meditation. Inviting you to become comfortable in your chair. Inviting you to become mindful of your breathing. Easy and deliberate inhales in. Slow and deliberate exhales out. You may want to just gently lay your hands on your lap with the palms facing upward. And just sink into the center of the I am that I am. There's this place within you that has never been nor could ever be hurt, harmed, or endangered in any way. This is the core of your core, the essence of your being, the divine that resides within you. Inviting you just to breathe into that space and place. Just easy, deliberate inhales and easy exhales out for at least twice to 3 times as long. Resting in and finding that center of you, the divinity that resides within you. This is that place within you where there is nothing missing, lacking, needing, nor wanting. Where you are perfectly whole and complete. All of your needs met on time, every time. And so if you're willing to take a journey with me this day, I'm inviting you to consider anything and everything that no longer serves you for your highest and best good. Just let that come before your mind's eye. Take a look at it and see if you're willing to relinquish it. Bless and release it. For if it no longer serves you for your highest and best good, it is really no longer needed to be part of your journey. Just take a moment or two to see. Do not try to force it. What comes up is what is meant to come up. If something comes up, be willing to look at it, bless it for all the lessons it has taught. Thank it for all it has done for you up to this point. And if you're willing to surrender it now and relinquish it back to the nothingness from where it came, see it slip back into Mother Earth, Gaia, just as the raindrops go into the earth, the grass. Place it there by your willingness. You are so very brave to do this, to partake in this. I'm very proud of you for considering it and doing it. Now just let your heart fill with gratitude for a moment for your bravery to relinquish, to surrender. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, just allow yourself to go deeper into the stillness of the center of this I am that I am, and anything else that may come. For now you have shown willingness. If anything else comes, be with it. Have a conversation with it. Thank it for all it has done for you up until this point of your journey. And if it truly no longer serves you for your highest and best good, be willing to cut the cord of it. See it literally having the cord severed from you now. If that's too severe, see it as a balloon being released to the sky, never again to be back in your hand, never again to be in your consciousness. Willingly sever, cut the ribbons, cut the cords, release, let go. All that no longer serves. Yes. Yes. It's okay to release that with a grunt or noise. Let your solar plexus hear that you have released it. Anything that's a lower vibration that no longer feeds you, that no longer supports, sustains, nurtures, and maintains you, it's not needed. This includes patterns, ideas, false beliefs, doubts, worries, fears that like to replay themselves at this time of the year, every year, right on time. You can change the station. You are in control of the frequency. So simply inviting you to allow for anything and everything that comes to you to be blessed, released, surrendered. Just send it back to the void. If it does not match the truth of your divinity, I suggest you may not need it any longer. If it does not serve you for your highest and best good, if it weighs you down or holds you back, bless and release, bless and release, bless and release. Spirit within you is saying, you are my beloved in whom I am well pleased. Inviting you to say to yourself, I am the beloved in whom God is well pleased. I am the beloved in whom Spirit is well pleased. I am the beloved in whom universal intelligence is well pleased. And so inviting you, if you're willing, to just continue breathing and place your hands on your heart space. Just being grateful for your very breath and your very life, your very willingness to surrender all that no longer serves. Just breathe in that gratitude and praise. Praise for your bravery and willingness, your openness. Feel how good that feels to feel your heart beat, the divine pulsing within you now, supplying all of your needs to be met for every organ, action, function, cell, fiber of your being, every atom and molecule, supported, maintained, and sustained by this divine power that resides within. And if you're willing and it feels right, just take the hands up a little higher. Just give yourself some taps on the upper shoulders and a hug. A little tighter. A little more praise. A little more gratitude for the self. A little more reassurance from the I to the I am to the I. A deep breath in again. And surrendering one more time to the core of the core. See yourself rocked and cradled, perfectly held and recognized. Perfectly supplied, sustained, maintained, supported, loved, beloved, known, recognized. And just allow your heart to fill with gratitude with each breath. Grateful for everything that you willingly surrender during this time of sacred and holy stillness, silence and meditation, contemplation. Knowing it is gone, knowing it has done what it was meant to do, grateful for its service to you on your path. And now just inviting you to allow for a blank space, a blank canvas within your spirit, for spirit to fill you with what is most needed. What is most needed now for your soul's perfect evolution? Just be open, willing to be receptive, to be healed, transformed, to allow anything that is meant to be revealed to you on time, every time. This is the promise. This is a divine promise. It is your birthright to receive all that is needed for your highest and best good, on time, every single time. And so with this, we breathe this in, bring our awareness and attention back to the physical, back to your place within the body temple. Just breathe that in. You may want to wiggle on the chair or wherever you're sitting to make sure you can feel that chair. You may want to tap the toes or feet to the ground, feeling Gaia, Mother Earth, support, sustain your feet. You may want to tap the fingertips gently together. And if you haven't, and when you're ready in your own time, just gently allow for the outer eyelids to open. And welcome back. We fill this sanctuary space with gratitude and praise, allowing for anybody now who enters it to receive their own personal demonstration, manifestation, and healing. How good it is to be together in the stillness. We rejoice. Namaste.
Thank you, Brother Mark. As we move from that sacred awareness, that wonderful meditation, back into the physical reality of the room. Recognizing the divinity in others, which of course you put those two things together and it's the all recognizing the all. Or as Carl Sagan once said, we are the way the universe knows itself. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. Name of love. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together. together in the name of love from every walk of life, every creed and color. In kinship we unite in honor of the love of each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey. Yeah, yeah. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time, just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. I am getting a message loud and clear. Getting a message loud and clear. Getting a message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. So is yours. So Sonja's and Gilman's and Mark's. Eileen, everybody.
To be hustling my way up here. That doesn't happen anymore. Never again. I just saunter. You get to do that when you're elderly. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. Thank you for everyone for joining us on Facebook Live and YouTube and here in our beautiful sanctuary. Hello. My name is Eileen, and it is truly a privilege and an honor to welcome you to our Sunday service. CSL Redlands is a new thought community living in ancient wisdom. Ancient wisdom. We've been around a long time, these thoughts, based on the science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes studied the truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths and developed a fresh way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into our world. A little closer. Isn't there a song like that? Just a little closer to the microphone. Thank you, thank you. I could always shout too. I'm very good at that. CSL Redlands is an open and inclusive community honoring all people from every single background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And our vision is a world that works for everyone. And it's high time that we have a world that works for everyone. If you are here with us for the first time, please raise your hand. All right. Good to see you this morning, Joe. We're happy you're here. We have a little something for you. I think there's $1 million in there. I'm not sure. I put it in. I don't know. If it's not there, then we'll have to check everybody's pockets on the way out. Okay? We know you have a choice for your spiritual community. And again, we are delighted to have you with us today. A gentle reminder to silence your cell phones and put them away so that we are not intruded upon by lack of attention or noise or things like that. And that is about it for our greeting. I am just very happy that you're here. We have some announcements. There's a few things before I get into those. It's time to bring the blue pigs home. So many of you signed out a blue pig to put all your change into it. It's time to bring them home. It's time for them to come home. So if you would bring those in with you in the next couple of Sundays, that would be absolutely fantastic. We have a few flyers on the back there that I'd like you to pick up and check out on the way. And one is the update on the new Redlands 98-unit housing for the homeless. Our ladies are assigned a new place to live in this incredible place, and there are things that they need. And if you would pick this up and maybe you could donate some of those, that would be wonderful. And also there is going to be a 28th annual MLL. How many initials does Martin Luther King Jr. have anyway? It's a walkathon, January 16th. So pick up, there's a flyer about that back there too. So pick that up and maybe you might want to join them. Our pre-service pray-in the practitioner's room Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. We pray for our center, the service, the congregation. That's all of you folks. Friends and spiritual director, and all are welcome to join into this pray-in. CSL Redlands is seeking volunteers and food donations for its Sack Lunch Saturday food distribution ministry for the homeless. Volunteers are needed for food participation from 8:30 to 10 a.m. on Saturdays. That's where they get together and they make all these incredible sandwiches and sack lunches, and to assist in food distribution from 10 a.m. till noon. It's a wonderful way to get your service to humanity. And spiritual book study group Thursday, January 12th. The book we'll be studying is the Bhagavad Gita, the Song of God retold in simplified English. If you've ever picked up the Bhagavad Gita and tried to read it, as I have, and I really got way into it. I did. I got to page 2. And then I've been waiting for something more simplified, and I believe this is going to be it. It's Saturday. It is not Saturday. It's Thursday, January 12th at 3:30? 3:30. Is that on Zoom or here? on Zoom, and we will make sure that you have the link for that and the very secret password. Wake up and meditate, a daily spiritual practice, Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 8:45. There is a link for it, I believe, on the back of inside your bulletin, under the announcements, where you can join in. And it's really wonderful. It's led by Sonja, and she has a lovely reading from a great book, and then we meditate. So it's a wonderful way to start your day. 8:30, check us out. Amazon Smile, support CSL Redlands when you purchase from Amazon. Visit cslredlands.org/Amazon, and then set CSL Redlands as your Amazon charity. We have an annual congregation meeting coming up the last Sunday of this month, and that will be the 29th at 11:30 after service. All members are encouraged to be here and to join in the business of the church. This is your church. This is your church. Whose church is it? Let me hear.
Hi.
All right. That's wonderful to know. It's your church, so we would love to see you here on that Sunday for a congregational meeting. Other people, friends are welcome to join it. You just can't vote. I believe that is going to do it. I just want to say one more thing here, because it's written here, and I know it for a fact. You are magnificent and loved as you are. Right where you are, God is. Thank you.
That's Eileen, everybody.
That's Eileen.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right. My name is Daryl. I'm a practitioner, and I wanted to read our vision statement.
Sorry about that. Okay. So we visioned in December, and we vision every month. And we visioned this last month on what is God's highest idea of CSL Redlands workshops and classes. And what came out of that visioning is this. Divine knowledge is a free flow of expressions, filling and expanding the mind with relevance, seeking truth through wisdom and guidance. We channel the triumphs of our inner thoughts, outwardly displaying calm amid chaos and peace amid our personal life challenges. Knowledge flows abundantly in our volunteering nature. Our beings of love step forward to fulfill this need. And this was by our visioning group that includes myself, Eileen, Ellen, Maria, Iris, and Glenwood. So thank you very much.
That's Daryl. I do have to point out that Daryl was using his cell phone. It reminds me, one time I was attending a seminar or workshop. There's a kind of a guru lives down in Temecula. His name is Francis Lucille, and he teaches Advaita Vedanta, which is sort of the Hindu version of New Thought. And it was one of the first times I'd ever seen him, and I wanted to take notes about what he was saying because I thought it was so great, you know. So the only thing I had was my cell phone, so I got my cell phone out and I started taking notes in there. And about 20 minutes in, I looked up and this gal sitting over was just giving me the stink eye like you couldn't believe. So we took a break and she said, "Would you put that thing away?" And I said, "Please take a look. I'm taking notes." Oh. So a lot of great things get said in these places. And if you want to take a note, I think you should. And if somebody gives you the stink eye, bless them. So take that breath. We're going to center here for a second. That centering breath. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world filled with chaos and noise. I awake to these precious moments when I hear what could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find love. I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world filled with chaos and noise. I awake in these precious moments when I hear what could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find peace. I find joy. I find love. I find myself.
Just to turn within with me, let's become mindful of our breathing. Where we find ourselves in the center of the I am that I am. Nothing missing, nothing lacking, nothing needing, nothing wanting. The divine is there, ready to and willing to supply every one of our needs to be met on time, every time. And that there's only one power, one presence. Call it what you wish. As long as it's good with a capital G, I'm going to call it God. You could call it spirit. You could call it universal intelligence. It doesn't have a form. It's an energetic frequency that supports, sustains, and maintains everything to be animated in life. And so how good it is to be in this place where we celebrate this, where we know this from this place of the I am that I am. I am speaking my word from this place, knowing that right where I am, God is, right where you are, God is. And if you believe that, just declare it out loud by saying, right where I am, God is. Right where I am, Spirit is. Right where I am, universal intelligence is. And so now it's our call to allow it to have its full sway in, through, and as our very life and as our very being. It's our willingness to surrender to it. And so how grateful to each of you I am for showing up this day to keep your appointment with the divine. And those who came into meditation set a energetic frequency for everyone watching remotely and everyone here in this place to receive your blessing today, to receive a transformation, to receive a healing, to receive a demonstration by your willingness to receive it. Are you willing? So part of today looks like it will include the opportunity to surrender anything and everything that's holding you back, anything and everything that no longer serves you for your highest and best good. So be open to be contemplative to this. And let it go once and for all and for good. For if it drags you back, if it no longer serves you, if it no longer feeds you, sustains you, maintains you, if it's not for your highest and best good, you do not need it. And I'm calling forth for any old tapes that recur every time usually at the beginning of every new year. Anything that's junk that no longer needs to come with you, it's up to you to surrender it, to free it, to snip the cord from it, to willingly release it, to bless it and release it for all that it's taught you. And you don't need it again. You do not need it again. And now you are free. You are free to experience the divine in a holy, holy, holy new way. Holy with the H and holy with the WH. Both ways. So I bless this service. I bless everyone who's laid a hand on it to allow for it to continue to unfold, all the volunteers. Asking for each of you now to have your consciousness be a field that's fertile soil, so that when our spiritual director Sonja comes to give the word, it's a word that's created just for you. Know that no matter what has been prepared, it's a word. It could be a poem, it could be a song. It's just for you to allow yourself to have that frequency of healing, of transformation, of revealing what's most needed now. For it's all of us that creates this frequency. Can you feel it? Take a moment to feel that. It is just so beautiful. It is magnificent. You are beautiful. You are magnificent. So I just invite you to bless the world, for the world is in need of much, much blessings. We continue to bless our brothers and sisters in Ukraine. Call forth for their freedom now. Call forth for peace to be the only thing that passes through their borders. If it's not peace, it must not pass. See that. Join that with me. We affirm that twice a day with them. Still. See peace in Afghanistan. See peace for the women who wish to study in Afghanistan. See peace in Iran, where they are hanging those who protest. See peace in Palestine, in the Middle East, in Israel. See peace throughout the world. Be a beacon of peace. It must start within us, so it has to start where we are. Take it with us, to our friends, to our family, to our workplace. Wherever you are, peace is. And so I bless each person who's called our prayer ministry. I know that everything is in divine order and harmony, and I'm going to see it that way. So despite appearance, even in our own political system, I'm calling forth peace, the peace that passes human understanding. And I'm declaring that truth with the capital T shall always have the final word and its full sway. So with a grateful heart, I surrender and release my word to the law of life, knowing indeed it is fulfilled, it is done. And invite you to say together with me, and so it is. All right. And so good morning again. My name's Brother Mark. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here. It's a joy to be here always. And so I have two readings. One is from Kim Belew, and it's Belew. She's on Facebook if you haven't seen her. She's an amazing person, an amazing survivor, an amazing author, poet, and I believe even sings. So I've seen Amy Steinberg go back and forth on messages with her that they will perform together. And it's called The Ache. So just take this in. Listen to the ache. You know that thing that pulls you from your soul? This isn't the kind of ache you feel in your muscles. It's the kind you feel in your bones, in your heart. From a place you aren't completely sure you can pinpoint, but you know it's real. You feel it in the depths you didn't know existed inside of you. It's the ache. Before you dismiss it, before you shut it down as unreasonable, before you build a wall around it where you can tuck it away, and maybe on rare occasions when time permits, you'll visit it to remember your own aliveness, let it guide you. Let it pull you. Rearrange your plans. If you want to know the meaning of life, I think it's being able to follow the ache instead of all the mundane plans of an ordinary life that looks like everyone else's ordinary life. Don't mistake it for being a gentle and smooth path to follow. Oh no, it's filled with bumps and drop-offs and mountains and venomous beings that could appear out of nowhere. But my darling, those are just your fears, because you were taught a long time ago that following the ache was bad. Taught that by those who killed their ache in order to fit in. So follow that ache. Into the forest, into the darkness, into your depths. Follow it like your life depends on it. Not your physical life, but the life force inside you. The one that knows the way. You want to know what brave is? Follow that ache and you'll find out. And that's Kimbaloo. And the second part of the reading, Al, I saw on the cell phone. Were you taking notes? No, I'm kidding.
Taking notes, that's
Okay.
right.
This is from Ernest Holmes, and it's called You Are Aladdin, and it's a free download on the Science of Mind archives. Somewhere within you is the correct answer to every problem in your life. Somewhere within you is the power to live. And somewhere within you is the faith to believe. You are Aladdin. God has already given you the light. The genie will spring forth at your command, and you can enter into the good you desire if you believe you can. And so, I'm going to ask you to get out your lamp and rub it. Rub it with faith and conviction. Rub it with grateful acknowledgement and acceptance. Rub it with feeling and imagination. You need have no fear for the outcome. Your mind is but a conductor for a power that actually is. Your light is borrowed from a universal light. The wick of your individual lamp runs deep in the oil of a universal life. It draws power from a limitless source, for God is all the power there is, all the presence there is, all the life there is.
Thank you, Brother Mark. Beautiful. So here's an old hymn brought up to date. Some of you may recognize it was my grandmother's favorite hymn. I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and a voice I hear comes from somewhere near and quietly discloses. Spirit walks with me, Spirit talks with me, and it tells me I'm never alone. Oh, the joy I feel as the truths reveal, knowing all are one. It speaks, and the sound of its voice is so sweet. The birds hush and listen, and the melody that it sings to me, so pure, the notes seem to glisten. Spirit walks with me, Spirit talks with me, and it tells me I'm never alone. Oh, the joy I feel as the truths reveal, knowing all are one. I carry that melody still, though the garden was long, long ago. Whoa. And that memory is so clear to me. I close my eyes and then back I go. Spirit walks with me, Spirit talks with me, Spirit tells me I'm never alone. Oh, the joy I feel as the truths reveal, knowing all are one, knowing all are one, knowing all are one.
Thank you, Al. Now I have a question. Let's clap.
What's the question, Sonja?
The question is, when your dear granny sang that song, was it to that beat?
Oh, no.
It was a lot slower, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I am so already filled with the Spirit from hearing the readings and the invocation and the visioning statement and everything that has transpired thus far. Just take a deep breath and breathe all that in. Lets me know that I'm in the right place at the right time. I'm just where I'm supposed to be. And then Mark talked about the ache. And I don't know if you've ever had the ache, but I've had it. I've had it since I was a little girl. That ache inside that says, do more, be more. That ache that had me going around the neighborhood talking to people in the kindergarten, counseling. I don't know what was coming out of my mouth, but I do know one thing, it was Spirit-led. It was Spirit-led. And so, you can be whatever you want to be. Happy New Year. Happy New You. So we start this year living out loud. And that means that all that stuff in you that that you've dreamed about, now's the time to live it out loud. So now we step into the new year and we talk about resolutions, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do this. And then about halfway through January, maybe through February, we're not doing those things. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat better. I'm going to walk for an hour every day. And I get out there and I'm like, I'm really tired. Let me walk for 30 minutes. And then it just wanes down from there. And then I find myself sleeping in. But I digress. This year, this is living out loud. So today's topic is root and reboot. The concept, God is a concept. I know your program says boot and reboot. So like Mark talked about, we're booting those things that no longer serve us. We're booting them out. So it's right. It's exactly what it's supposed to say. Boot and reboot. So we're booting those things away, those things that no longer serve us, those limiting thoughts. We're getting rid of those and we're rebooting. We're pushing the button again and saying, new year, new me. But the thing about that is, you know you can do it anytime. You don't have to wait till December 31st to step into January 1st and reboot. You can do it each and every day that you wake up and you have breath in your lungs and you breathe that breath of God is a reboot. And you can do whatever you want to do as long as it doesn't harm anyone else. That is a new day, a new opportunity to step into the allness and the fullness of who you are and whose you are. God, the living expression, decided that it would express as you. Think about that. The Spirit of God said, I'm going to express as you. Now, what are you going to do with that knowledge? What are you going to do with that knowledge? And so, we always begin the year with a review of our teachings in the Science of Mind textbook. And so we begin this year with an examination. And the examination is the lessons that we learn, the thing itself, how to use it, how it works, and all that thing, those things like that. But then in the first couple of pages, and I want to read you what it says. It says, the Science of Mind text says, these lessons are dedicated to the truth, which frees you. It frees you and sets you free. It leads you down a pathway of new experiences, which enables you to see through the mist to the eternal and changeless reality. And that eternal and changeless reality is that you are made of the divine essence, that your words and your thoughts are creative. So when we say you create your reality, what we mean is what you focus on, you receive. So you can do it consciously or unconsciously. And I know in our heads I don't know how many thoughts that go through our head, but it's those ones that you focus on that you receive. I saw this thing where the person got up in the morning and stubbed their toe. Dang it. And then she put on her nylons, when we used to wear nylons. And there was a run in the, her fingernail went through it, and now she got a run in her nylons. And so what's that setting off as a chain reaction for the day, right? But what we need to do is go into the silence. In the silence, there is peace. Go into that silence, reboot that energy, change that attitude. We say when you first walk in, change your thinking, change your life. And that's what we mean by that. So there's a book called The Golden Key by Emmett Fox. And he says, when there's an energy and there's a problem in your life, don't focus on the problem, focus on spirit. Focus on God, that living spirit almighty. First cause, focus on that. Don't focus on the problem. And I know sometimes the problems are insurmountable, and I look at it as having a picture. It's hard for me to see things when I'm inside the picture because I'm right in the midst of it. I'm right in the weeds of it because I'm in there. But then I know that when I sit down and I go into the silence and I focus in on the living spirit that lives in and through me, as me, the answer lies in the problem. Who said that this morning? Al? Was that in your song? He said. So today we get to boot and reboot, or root and reboot, whichever one you want to use. So the Science of Mind textbook, it calls us to, in the beginning of the year, to just go into the fundamentals, that the thing itself, the way it works, what it does, and how to use it. So the thing itself is the creative intelligence back of everything, back of the universe. The way it works, it affirms in conscious intelligence the expressions. So that's how it works. It works through you. It works by taking the impress of your thoughts and acting upon it. What it does, it partakes. It partakes. It partakes of its nature. Love points the way, and the law makes it possible. So we focus in on love. We don't focus in on the negative. We focus in on the positive, and we allow that to point the way. So when you find yourself in a relationship that's not quite working, or a job that's not quite working, just focus on the love. I think Jesus had something that says, pray for your enemies. Pray for that job. Pray for that relationship. That you have a better understanding of who you are in it. Not pray that that person goes away. We're not enacting that kind of thing. But what we're praying for is our understanding of who we are in this situation, and it's an opportunity for us to reboot. You know, I write notes, and then didn't Alice in Wonderland say, I always give myself good advice, but I never ever follow it? So I always write good notes, but I never ever follow them. Not completely, that is. So God is a concept. So what is your concept of God? And I want our times to be more interactive. So I'm asking you, what is your concept of God? Is it an old man in the sky? Because that's some of our concepts of God. Maybe we heard that in our Sunday school classes or something, that we pray to a God in the sky and we think of this old man and this long white beard. I don't know. So if you'd like to share what your concept of God is, please do. I think David has a microphone that you can, if anybody wants to share, you don't have to. It's just an opportunity. Ed would like to share.
God is, to me, is the person in the mirror that I look at.
All right. Amen. Amen.
God is, to me, the person in the mirror that I look at.
Okay. Iris would like to share.
No, I will hand.
Oh, Iris is taking the microphone around. Bonnie wants to share.
Okay, my God is to me the whole world. I mean, you wake up every day, and you wake up to the world. So to me, it has to represent God. I mean, everything we do with Him. So when I was passing out food Saturday, I am so blessed to do this. You don't know what you're missing if you're not doing it. It is such a touch. This girl came to me, and she couldn't let go of me, and she kept touching my hair, and just kept touching me all over. And I thought, you know what? How blessed I am to be here, to be touched. And to give her some food. And she took all the food back. Where we go back into a tunnel. And it's a long walk back there to get to these people. And if you ever take the time to take one day out of the week, take a walk and go back and see these people. And it's so sad that our city allows this to go on. And people begin speaking up and saying about the Salvation Army is not open at nighttime where people can sleep. We need to speak up and say and call the city of Redlands, because it's not allowed that the Salvation Army should be closed. And it wasn't for Joe telling me this, I wouldn't have known it either. And you know what? We got to get involved. We cannot sit back and be quiet no more. Speak up. You know, you just got to call the newspaper when you leave here and say, we want the Salvation open at nighttime so these people do not have to sleep outside in the rain. We have to speak. We can make a difference, but we have to come out and make a difference. We can't keep coming and fellowshipping and then walk out that door and don't do nothing. We have to get involved.
Thank you, Bonnie.
And this is what I want to say.
Thank you.
Thank you. Speak it. Speak it. That is a reminder of our responsibility. Yes. Eileen.
I believe Bonnie is God.
Amen. Okay, let's move on. I believe everyone in here is the face of God. I believe that everyone in here has an indwelling presence that is God, moving and having its being in and through you, each of us. And not just us, people out there as well, people everywhere. We sing this song, "You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God." And I think that's what Bonnie is trying to express. You are a part of me. I am a part of you. So everyone that we encounter is that God expression, and they are a part of us. We are one human race. We are also a part of everything else. The dogs, the cats, the birds, the flowers. We did a talk not too long ago about we are made of star stuff, and everything else is as well. So we're one beautiful, complicated, just swirly, whirly God beings. So I have a joke for you. So it says, it seems a man decided to write a book about churches around the country. He started by flying to San Francisco and started working east from there. He went to a very large church and began taking photographs. He spotted a golden telephone on the wall and was intrigued. There was a sign that says, $10,000 a minute. Seeking out the pastor, he asked about the phone and the sign. The pastor answered that this golden phone is, in fact, a direct line to heaven, and if he pays the price, he can talk directly to God. He thanks the pastor and continues on his way. As he continued to visit churches in Seattle, Boise, Minneapolis, Chicago, Milwaukee, New York, Atlanta, and all around the United States, he finds more phones with the same sign. And so he finally arrives at a New Thought church, probably a Center for Spiritual Living or Unity, a New Thought church. Upon entering, he sees the usual golden telephone, but this time the sign reads, calls 25 cents. Fascinated, he requests to talk to the pastor. He said, Reverend, I have been in cities all across the country and in all kinds of churches. In each church, I found this golden telephone that you have here that says this is a direct line to heaven and I can talk to God, but I had to pay a $10,000 price in all the other churches. Your sign says 25 cents a call. Why? The pastor smiled benignly and replies, Oh, my son, it's very easy to explain. You see, we know here that God is within you, and it's a local call here. It's a local call. So go into the silence and call upon. That is what is within you. Make that connection. Make that call every day in your silent time, in your meditation time. Make the call. It is within you. It's a local call. I like that. So I ask you the question, what is your concept of God? Do you have any false beliefs that you need to release? You have a piece of paper on your table, and I think I put some pens there too. So if you have any limiting beliefs, anything that prohibits you from living out loud, from contacting that God that is within you and without, then I ask that you write it on this paper and let's release it and let go of it right here today. Brother Mark said if it no longer serves you. One Sunday I had some luggage that I put up here. We're not going to carry this luggage into the allness of 2023. We're going to release it today, and we're not going to pick it up again. So I invite you to write whatever those limiting beliefs are, whatever it is. What are your fears? Anything that you want to let go of. And then Al is going to play some music. I release and let go. We're going to put it in the larger bowl and see it dissolve into the nothingness in which it came. Because we are it. We are it. God is within us. So Al, if you could play some music and we will let it go. We say bye-bye. There was a song called Bye, 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 Bye. I think it was like In Sync or something. So we're saying goodbye. Let the Spirit run my life. You put it in the bigger bowl and then pick up something from the smaller bowl. I don't know if I said that. Now see it dissolve. See it dissolve. Woo. So take an affirmation out of the little bowl. Yes, I. Woo. Al, do you have anything you want to put in there? I'm releasing mine now. Goodbye. Goodbye to old thoughts. Goodbye to old ways of being. Let's see, do I want to put it in there? Come on, I need some encouragement. Woo, Iris. Ooh, right. All right, Iris. Iris said, let it go. Just let it go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we're not done yet. So in Romans 12th chapter, 2nd verse, it says, do not conform to the patterns of the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you can discern what is good, pleasing, and perfect. So that's what we want to do. We want to discern what is pleasing, good, and perfect, and bring that into our life. So we're stepping into a new year. We're stepping into a new year, a new you. We just released old limiting thoughts, old baggage. Be gone. Poof, be gone. Like Aladdin in that lamp. Poof. Be gone. Because in the beginning, there was God. And God spoke the words, and everything was made manifest. So as we enter into this new 2023, we have gotten rid of the old, and we watch our thoughts, and we be conscientious of what we're thinking. We want the mental equivalent of our thoughts to be spectacular, to be for our good. And so, in the beginning was God, and God saw fit to manifest itself in, as, and through you. And so we take that into the new year and be the new you and the new me and the new us. And so it is.
That's Sonja, everybody.
Thank you.
You know, I go out there and then I come back here and I notice that the sound is a little different. I was sitting up here, it's a little muffled up here, you know, from what's coming out the front speakers. So when Sonja said, watch your thoughts, I thought she said, wash your socks. So everybody, wash your socks, would you? This song's called the Unity Song because, well, I'm I'm going to teach it to you. Some of you might have heard it before. I've done it here not quite a while. The first part is this, like this. Can you do that with me? Even if you can't sing at all, you can do that. That comes back around 2 or 3 more times. So every time we get to it, please sing in full voice, or full ooh anyway. And then the chorus goes like this. There is no separation. Can you sing that? There is no separation. The next line is, we connect in harmony. We connect in harmony with one singular creation. With one singular creation. So it is, so let it be. So it is. Okay, we'll do the whole thing. Ooh. There is no separation. We connect in harmony with one singular creation. So it is, so let it be. Pretty good. There's a light that shines above us, and in everything we see, in the eyes of those who love us, and in those who disagree, it belies a higher power. You can find it all around, in the fragrance of a flower, in a feeling or a sound. Sound like ooh, ooh, Let's do that again. Ooh. If you can't find the center of yourself doing that, just ooh. It's like om. There is no separation. We connect in harmony with one singular creation. So it is, so let it be. So let's lose our expectations and set our spirits free, knowing there's no separation. I am you and you are me. So we finally discover what was right there all the time. Life is love and we're all lovers. I am yours and you are mine. Ooh, that's the sound of love. Ooh. There is no separation. We connect in harmony with one singular creation. So it is, so let it be. So it is, so let it be. One more time. Ooh. Now we follow it down.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Al. Thank you for the reminder. There's no separation. So it is and let it be, right? So it is and let it be, right? Yes. All right. I mean, I need to hear it. I was telling Al the other day, Al and the Dream Band and Gilman did such a wonderful job with our Sunday service last week, which was a Kwanzaa celebration. So when I said, I need to feel it, and he was like, okay. I think Gilman was like, all right, whatever. I need to feel it. So right now, I want to call up Joe Nelson.
Thank you, Sonja.
You're welcome.
So I wanted to take a moment here to do something today. As was mentioned earlier by Eileen, who's not only does our delightful and humorous announcements so well, but also does beautiful flyers and graphic design for our center. So we're blessed for that. Thank you, Eileen.
So we're not going to get the hook?
Excuse me?
Have you ever seen Apollo, the Apollo, and they get this hook, and when the person is going on, they just take the hook and hook them right off? We're not going, we didn't order that for her?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right.
It's on back order.
Okay, so I'm back order.
Okay. So, as many of you may already know, back in the summer, I think it was, summer of last year, we operate our ladies' shelter, of course, and we had a grant from the Mormon Church to assist with funding for the shelter for food, but there was some surplus. There'd be often either food surplus leftovers, and also from the donations and the dinners we had prepared from various generous volunteers. And one of our members, Iris Chu, where are you at, Iris? There she is over there. See, she's working in the sound booth too. Isn't she great? Decided, what are we going to do with these leftovers? Let's just start making sandwiches and food and take it out to the community and and feed the homeless out there. Let's just go out. And a couple of our other members, Phil Courtney and Holly Bocanegra, chipped in, and then I found out about it. I started helping out, and Iris is just wonderful out there. She's like a drill instructor. There's one, go give him a sack lunch. There's one, go give it to him. So, anyways, but since then, we've continued to gain volunteers and donations, and it's just a wonderful experience getting out there on Saturdays. And Bonnie over here stepped up, and she's out there yesterday helping deliver the food. But I wanted to take time for the ladies of our shelter because they've been so great. We're so blessed to have them. They're in there working, helping out on Saturdays, and they're just did a wonderful job, and they still do. And I just wanted to express my gratitude, and on behalf of the Center for Spiritual Livings here, with some certificates of appreciation. And I wanted to start out with a couple of them weren't unfortunately able to be here with us today. So the first one I wanted to acknowledge was Destiny Garcia. And again, these beautiful certificates made by our wonderful Eileen, scroll, and little holly and ornaments there for the holiday. The second one I wanted to acknowledge is Mary Healy, who has transitioned out, already has her own apartment, by the way. So she's just been wonderful. We even gave her a key because she's just so steadfast in her volunteering. And Karen Russo. I don't know if Karen's with us. No, not today. Okay, so Karen Russo. And then the last two here, I wanted to specially acknowledge. This lady, I think every time I see her, she's just working and doing something and staying busy. Several weeks back, I came back from a food run after she had helped prepare the food with some other volunteers. And I come in to bring the bin back, and then she's in the hallway vacuuming. She's always vacuuming, cleaning. And then she says, "Hey, Joe, do you have a key to the sanctuary? And I'm all, oh, I don't, I'm sorry. She's all, oh, because I want to go in there and vacuum and clean up in there too. And I go, oh, I'm sorry, well, I think Jean was gone. She was on vacation at the time. She's like, oh, well, because I like to get things done. And I think that pretty much characterizes Amy Bell. Come on up.
You might not want to be.
Come up, Amy.
You might not want to be on camera. You might not want to be on camera. Thank you, Amy.
And last but certainly not least, what can I say about Jean Pagdaleo, who she's just there. She's always the first to step up and volunteer. She's a member of our family now, and she's always there to make sure the food's out, thawing out overnight, making sure the ladies are briefed, making sure I'm briefed, making sure everything's coordinated on time, all the time. And even when she's not there, she's always accessible, and we've just come to know her as Mama Jean.
My pleasure, my honor to be part of the center and all of you. Truly blessed. And can I just share a little story about Amy? So when I first interviewed Amy, I barely said any words. And now
Jean.
this girl, she has stepped up. She really is. Truly blessed with having her. Oh, all the ladies out there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I know we're running a little short on time, but I want to bring up our president of our board, Ed Torres. And one of the things at one of the board meetings, we were talking about Christmas was coming and if what we wanted to do as an outreach for Christmas. And I mentioned, oh, you know, I would like to do an outreach for our ladies who are going to a new program. And so I'm going to let President Ed tell you about that and tell you what's happening.
Okay. So the city finally has completed the hotel renovation for the homeless community. That's 98 rooms. And I'm proud to say that all of our ladies in our safe shelter have been accepted.
Woo-hoo!
And will, this coming week, should be getting their leases. And then right after that, they'll be moving in. So I think this is so beautiful. And just for those of you who didn't know that, you know, we were very involved in the winter shelter. And that's where people come in for the evening, they leave in the morning, and they have a dinner and they have a breakfast. And our church was the first church that decided to step up and say, you know, after the winter shelter's over, there's a bunch of individuals that have progressed, and it's crazy to put them back in to the streets. So we chose to open up a safe shelter until housing would be made available for them. So everyone understands what our shelter is about. But anyway, so some of the items that the individuals in the new housing development will need. You know, everything is furnished. They're provided with many things. But here are just some of the things that they will be needing. And if you want to contribute, you can drop it off at the church and we make sure it gets to the proper individuals. A comforter blanket, twin size, laundry detergent, shower curtain, bathroom mats, bathroom trash cans, toilet cleaning brush, dish dry rack, dish dry mat, a scrub brush, broom, dustpan, mop, spray cleaner, and toilet paper. So those are the items that every one of those individuals that will be moving in, these are additional items. Many of the churches in the community are participating. But if we want to take on our group of ladies, which I know we will want to, just bring the items here to the center and we'll make sure that a nice package gets done for the ladies, and then we can welcome them into their new home. So I just wanted to say thank you to everyone, the congregation and those of you out there, how much this has meant for our community and for these ladies, and to know that the universe will bless everyone, including these ladies, as they move into their next step of adventure of life. And we bless them. We always welcome them back, and they're always a part of our lives. Yes, Sandra. We have 4 women here. So again, you know, if you want to give above the 4, you know, for additional, just let us know. But we're going to put this all together for the ladies and make sure that they have everything that they need in their new adventure. So thank you.
All right, community, right? This is what community does. And not only are we partner with the city of Redlands, but the Interfaith Council as well. So there's about 64 churches in Redlands, and so we're all coming together to provide these welcome home baskets. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Isn't that so beautiful? Yeah. All right. Okay, I have one. Oh, you have it, David? Okay, please take a look at the monitor. You might want to turn the volume down because I'm talking. So this is one of the staged. Uh-oh. When we went to the ribbon cutting for the Shangri-La, and I took some video of the one of the stage rooms, and that'll give you an idea of what these rooms are going to look like. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's downloading. It's rebooting. So we'll make sure you see that before we leave, before you leave today. And Iris has one more announcement.
I'd just like to take a little time to let you know how it gets started. That it's all because Ed has such passion for people on the street, and he started before the pandemic, 2 years before the pandemic, opened up the shelter and let the ladies come in, and it just raised up the whole consciousness of the community. So many nice, kind-hearted, sweet people came over to help, and so many people contribute the food, because at that time we had no other public support, only from individuals. And so so much food came in, poured in, and I saw the refrigerator was always full. And so I thought, I grew up in a culture that waste food is a sin. So I say it has to be used in a better way. So I started packing up the leftover food for people on the street. And that was almost 2 years before the pandemic. Then the pandemic came, and there's a lot of government support. They have boxes of food weekly you can pick up. So we pick up for the shelter, and I pick up extra. And it was raw food, like potato and egg and things. So I cook and prepare and send it out to the street. That was the pandemic. Two nights a week. And then some people just came over and helped. Jean and Cindy and other people. Thank you so much. You are really the starter of this whole thing. And so then gradually government supports went away, and we still have a lot of food, and some church gave us some extra food. That's why this thing continues. We call it our own food ministry, right? So I really appreciate. And next thing I'd like to mention is food waste is like 30% in this country. So we have to be aware not to waste food, because with this climate change and the environmental issues, it's important. And how to do that? First, we don't over-purchase food. And secondly, if there's any food left, find a way, outlet for the food, maybe to the people who need it, maybe to the animals who need it, or to the compost. Because food can regenerate to make the earth alive again with worms and bacteria and all the microorganisms, and the earth can breathe. And you know what? The soil with the compost with rich organic matters can absorb carbons from the air. And the food waste, if it goes to the dump site, it can create methane. Methane is the dirtiest greenhouse gas. It's very damaging, it's very harmful. So please, try not to waste food and use it in the compost if necessary. If you can, in your backyard, make your backyard dirt alive. And we will have a workshop on the Wednesday, January 18, 6 o'clock evening in the community center in Lagonia. We'll talk about composting, and we have some gifts to give away. So if you have time, please come to this workshop, Wednesday, January 18. Thank you.
Thank you, Iris. Are we ready, David? Okay, so let your eyes go to the screen. Oh, it kind of went a little fast. So this is one of the rooms. See how beautiful it is. Play it again. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I feel so good in this service today. Let's just take a deep breath. We are one. This community, CSL Redlands, believes in a world that works for everyone. And so we do our part environmentally, with giving and giving to our community, our ladies over here. We support the Ukraine. We go on. I know Brother Mark is probably on Zoom twice a day with the Ukraine in prayer, and that started about last February, and it's still going on right now. So we believe in a world that works for everyone in this community. Like Bonnie was saying, we can't turn our eye away. And like I was saying, we're all the body of God. We're one family. I think Gilbin sang this song last week, we are family. I got he said brothers, but we're brothers and sisters or whatever gender expression, everybody, one big family. So thank you. So now it's time for our conscious giving. So I invite you to consider that the same portal from which we give is indeed the same portal from which we receive. So let's expand ourselves and become bigger and bolder givers so that we may become bigger and bolder receivers. So join me by placing your tithes, gifts, and offerings over your heart and affirm this with me, and David will put it on the screen. We're going to affirm this together. All right, so let's affirm this together. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world and it returns to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is.
Thank you for giving, thank you for receiving, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing, and thank you for believing, and thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing, and you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, and bless you for your sharing, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
And we thank you on Facebook Live and YouTube and all of you beautiful beings in our sanctuary. And David has a machine over there that will take your credit card if you wish to pay by that means. We take Zelle, Venmo, PayPal, checks, and cash. So I ask you to just stretch your hands forward and let's bless this offering. I bless these tithes and gifts and offerings, knowing that they are sufficient to cover the needs of CSL Redlands, which is a successful idea in the mind of God. How good it is to speak this word and know the truth now, and together we affirm it and declare it by saying, and so it is. Whew. How does everybody feel? All right, so I'm going to invite, I'm just so full, like I had a big Thanksgiving meal or something with the Spirit today. I'm full of Spirit. I'm going to invite my emeritus practitioner up. I'm going to invite Daryl up. I'm going to invite Joe Nelson up, our practitioner student. And we're just going to bless this day and bless each one of you. And so I take a deep breath and breathe in this breath of God, knowing that we are all one. That this power, this presence of God lives, moves, and has its being in and through me. And as I know it for me, I know it for you. I know that you are the face, you are the emanation, you are God expressing. And so we take that expression that God has chose to come down in human form, and we spread it. We spread the love to the rest of the world. Like I said before, we believe in a world that works for everyone. We truly believe it. And I ask that you believe it with me. And we send out this ripple of love, this effect. You know, you throw a pebble in the middle of the river and it ripples out. This vibration of love, of healing, of peace, of joy, of togetherness, of community, we send that out today from this place, and we let it go. We let go and we let God. I look as I was driving in this morning, and I could see the magnificence of God in the mountains, in the backdrop, and the snow. It was so beautiful. And my daughter sent me a video of, she lives up in Reno area, and the snow coming down. And it's magnificent. And I know you know that each snowflake is different. It's individual, just like us. It's an individual expression of the divine. So magnificent, so beautiful. And I'm so grateful to stand here and witness to that today. I'm going to ask the ushers to open the doors of the church, the center, whatever you want to call it, I don't care. And we just allow that ripple effect of love to go out from this place and touch each and every man, woman, child, animal, whatever. It just touches everything. When we send love in earnest from our hearts, from our soul, it touches everyone and everything. And so I ask that, Daryl, if you want to speak a word.
What a wonderful service that we've had today. We know that this divine energy, divine source is moving through us, in us, and as us. And we're just so grateful. Excuse me. We're just so grateful for this service, grateful for the giving hearts that have made truly remarkable things occur in this community by giving of themselves, giving of their time and energy. And this center, as we vision, it is a beacon of light in this community. We affirm that, we know that, and we are blessed by it. And we're blessed by all of you each and every day. Your care, your concern, your hearts. We're just truly blessed, and this is a blessed day. And I pass it on to Brother Joe.
Knowing that this power, this presence that I call God is everywhere. Right here in me, in you, is a power of love, beauty, joy. And right here in this place, in this room, and for all those watching online, outside these doors, as our vibration beams out to all those in response to this love and this goodness that is here for me, for you, ever present, at the ready to respond. And we respond to it in service, love, dedication, as we attract good and more good to us in this service and this love. This is a law of reciprocity that cannot be denied, and I know it to be true. I feel it, I know it, and how blessed and grateful I am. And I speak this word and declare this gratitude and blessing for each and every one here watching online. And I pass my word on to Brother Mark.
And so continuing in this consciousness that has been so deeply, profoundly, and beautifully established, let's just all take a deep breath in together, and we sink into our own divinity. And as we continue to breathe normally, I'm just going to throw out in this prayer the question, how may I be of service today and this year? How may I be of service today and this year? How may I be of service today and this year? And so if that means giving more, give more. If that means volunteering more, volunteer more. If that means becoming a member of the center, ask to be a member. If that means being of service on the board of trustees, do that. If that means making a phone call or sending an email, ask. Ask, for we know that at least 3 to 4 times as many of the seats that are here today can be filled. Call. You miss somebody? Call them. Start with yourself. Start with your friends. Start with your family. And then serve, serve, serve. And so how good it is to speak a word into this circle that is so powerful. It's a spiritual workout. Do you feel worked out? It's so good. Rest and bask in the gratitude. Let's breathe in gratitude. And I pass my word back to Sonja.
Thank you. We're going to say our affirmation, our CSL mantra. David, if you could put that up on the screen. And we're going to read this together. because this is the truth. Okay, this is the CSL Redlands mantra. So let's say it together.
Anything and everything that is heretofore blocked, hindered, deferred, denied, or delayed our highest and best good in regard to our receiving our abundance and supply has no power, and it is released back to the nothingness from which it came, and is replaced with the truth that God is at hand now, as our divine source, supply, and sufficiency now.
And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you. All right.
I used to think I'd always be alone, separate, misunderstood. I spent my days in quiet desperation, but on the outside, you know, things looked good. Then I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fears. So simple that it turned my world around. Oh, why did it take so many years? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. With me, I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. Loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. Wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. There is no separation, no matter what they say. No separation except what I imagine. And I imagine separation's gone away. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am knowing with my mind wide open. I am loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide open, wide open, wide open.
Okay, just before we leave today, I want you to say this with me. I am a living, well, I'll say it first. I am a living embodiment of divine intelligence. Let's say it together. I am a living embodiment of divine intelligence. Woo! And so it is. And so it is again. Thank you.